everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I'm so happy to have you here today. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make two different cards at the same time with your Cricut Explore 5, but this really can be done with any of the Cricut machines. Now your Explore 5 is going to have a 2-card mat. There is a 4-card mat available as well that will work with your other machines, and you can even do the Joy mats as well. Now keeping in mind the Joy can only do 1 card at a time, but we're going to make 2 separate cards, and I'm going to show you how to do this using the Cricut templates so that you can take their templates and do them at the same time. With the templates, it only allows you to have 1 on the screen at a time, and if you want to be more efficient and make more than 1 card, you just simply have to go 1 at a time. But there is a trick to doing it, and I can't wait to show it to you. Now you're going to need cards, and the cards from Cricut are likely going to say Cricut Joy card on them, just keeping in mind that they will work with any of your machines. I'm using the R20 size, but they do have quite a few other sizes that you can choose from. You're also going to need a pen. Now keep in mind, if you're using the new Explore 5, you will need to use the new style pen, and I do have a pin pen because that's how I clean off my card mat. I just find that works really, really well. Now, without further ado, let's head to Cricut Design Space and get started so that I can show you this trick to being able to cut multiple designed cards using the Cricut Templates feature. Before we get started though, be sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. I'm going to show you how to make 2 different cards on the card mat with your Cricut Explore 5. But if you want to use like the card templates that they have within the template maker, I'm going to show you how to do it. It's kind of crazy, but honestly, it's the only way I found that works. So I have 3 sessions of Cricut Design Space open, which I'll show you right here. So I've got my blank canvas over here. Then I have 2 sessions ready to start. So we'll start with the first one. And what I'm going to do is choose new project, and I want to choose card. And then you can choose a folded card or an insert card. We're going to be doing the insert cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and click start designing, but you can choose from an occasion down here if you want to, but I'll just start with start designing. Now I want to use some of their templates because they have some really cute cards in here, but we're going to use these to work with. So find whatever design you want to use. And I honestly really like this dog one. So I'm going to click on that one, and it's going to put it over here onto my template. Now, if I want to make a second card with this, I have yet to figure out a way to do that if I want to do like a different card. So if I want to make 2 cards at the same time, I can't really do that from here. So there's a little trick to this. Take your design and draw a big square around it, right click on it and click copy. Then you want to go down to your Cricut sessions and you want to go to the blank canvas, right click and click paste. Your card is over here now. So we're going to go back, and you technically could do this with 2 sessions open, but I want to leave the other one open just in case anything happens. Go to the one you haven't used yet and choose new project. You're going to choose card, insert card, and start designing. And then you can again go to templates and choose any card design that you want to. I'm going to go with this one just because this one has some writing on it as well, and I do think it's really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to select the entire design, right click on it and click copy. Then I'm going to go to the session that has the blank canvas, which is this one right here, and I'm going to right click and click paste. Now you'll see that we have our 2 designs here. Now I want to show you something really quickly. First off, nothing is attached, which is fine because I want to show you this. I'm going to click the make button, and I'm going to show you what this does because this goes a little cuckoo crazy. I'm going to choose on card mat, and I'm going to choose the 2x2 mat since we're using the Explore 5. Click confirm, and you're going to see that you have so many mats. It's a absolute disaster. So let me show you how to fix that so that everything comes out correctly. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy over a little bit just so that we can get everything kind of out of the way. Now I want to go to material colors really quick because I want everything to be the same color. If it's not the same color, it will cut on separate mats, which is what we're trying to avoid. What's nice with this is it doesn't matter what color card you put in, Cricut doesn't know. So each side can be a totally different color. So I want them both to just be this pink color. So all I have to do is drag and drop the one card into the other card. Then go to your layers panel.
Now with this, I want to make sure that all my pens, which are set to the writing section here, are the same. So you'll see that I have the fine point 4, or the fine point 0.4 millimeter in black. So then I'll just check what it is over here on the dog, and it's the same, so it should be fine. What I want to do is I'm going to select each card and I'm going to choose attach. And you want to do this to each card separately or it's not going to work correctly. Now I am going to save this and I'm going to choose this. I'm going to say Card Explore 5 test, just so we know what we're doing with it. And I'm going to click save. Once I've done that, and now when I hit the make button, what you're going to see is that you can choose your card mat. Again, we want to choose the 2x2 card mat and click confirm. Now everything's on the same card mat and we're in our right card size. If you need to adjust your card size, you can do that over here on the material size, where you can choose the R20, the R30, or the R40. All my cards are R20s, but you can easily just change it. And what you'll see is it'll adjust where your design is sitting on your card so that it's centered. But again, we're using the R20s, so we're going to make sure that that's good to go. Now you can use the 4-card mat if you have that as well, and you can do the same thing where you can bring more cards in to create 4 different cards all at the same time. But we're going to be using the 2-card mat since that's the newest one, and I want to show you how to do that. Then what we're going to do is hit continue. Now what's kind of nice about this is this gives you a lot more settings to use with your materials. So you have the medium cardstock settings and all that. I'm going to go to browse all materials because with this one, I want to make sure that I'm going to use the insert card setting because this one does work really well with the insert cards. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I bookmark that because I do use it a lot, and click done. Now what you're going to see is it's going to give us our pen loading directions here. And what you'll see is it says use the pen that came with your machine or any pen marked with this weird symbol. Insert the pen into the pen holder located to the left of the tool clamp. Push the pen down until it clicks into place. And it says, note, you can leave any blade or tool in the tool clamp while the machine is drawing. This is incorrect. As I showed you in my Cricut review for this machine, if you leave the blade in while your pen is drawing, it will in fact scratch your cardstock. So I would highly recommend removing your blade from the blade housing and only having the pen inserted. Now I will also say that at this time, the only pen available is the one that came with your machine, but I'm sure they'll release new pens very, very soon. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and click got it. And you're going to see it tells us to snap in the 0.4 pen in the pen holder, and then you can load the mat and press go. So we're going to go load the card mat, get that all set up. I'll show you how to insert your pen. We'll remove the blade because that's going to be a big mess. And then we can go ahead and get everything written, and then we'll cut and we'll have 2 really cute cards.
The first thing we need to do is to load our card mat. So I'm going to take the sticky paper, like the covers, off of both sides of the mat, place those to the side. Now I only had 1 color card for some reason, so we'll use the same color. But like I told you before, it doesn't matter what color cardstock you load on this. The Cricut does not know. I'm going to go ahead and slide these under this sheet. So you're kind of like a 2-layer here. I'm going to slide this under, and then you're going to just press that down and make sure it's held down. And then you'll do the same on the other side so that you have both of your cards loaded. And you can see there's like an upper sheet here that it's sliding under. You want to push it all the way to the top and all the way to the side. We're going to do a couple things here on the machine next. Let me pull this in a little closer so you can see. Now right here, this little blade, I'm going to push this up a little bit because I think it's hard for you guys to see. This is your blade. When you're doing writing, take your blade out. I know you didn't have to do that in the previous machines, but I have discovered that with this machine, if I leave my blade in, it scratches my cardstock. So I want to make sure that I go ahead and take my blade out. I'm going to close this clamp. With the blade out, you can see the clamp is super loose. That's totally normal. Now with this, I'm going to use the pen that came with the machine. The old pens don't fit. You have to use the new pens. I'm going to use this pen, and when you put it in, you push it down until it clicks, and it'll click. Now, in my video that I showed you, that click is not as loud as the old click. Very disappointed in it. Now what we're going to do is load this in. I have chosen the insert cardstock setting for this. Let me just get this little illustrator. I want to show you how you load this. So you've got little guides right here on either side. They also recommend that you move your star wheels over, which are these little gray wheels, and you honestly just push them to the sides so that they don't roll over your mat. Because your card mat is thicker than your regular mat, it can indent your cards. So go ahead and load this in, and it should load when you press the load button. It's going to pull your mat in and it's going to measure. Now it's going to go ahead and start writing. Now, like I said, remember I said this is super loose. It's wiggling around like crazy. But again, if I left it in, it was going to scratch my cardstock.
Touch the sky. Every challenge makes us strong. Keep on moving all day long. Keep on moving all day long. Feel the rhythm of your heart. Every end's a brand new.
Once you've done that step, what we need to do is pop the pen back out, and it's going to feel like you're going to break it when you pull it out, but you're not. And then we're going to put the blade back in. It's really important, number one, don't drop your blade. But number two, it's really important to take that pen out because it will write again if you leave the pen in. And that's not a direction that Cricut has given you, which is super annoying. Make sure you don't unload the mat at this step. And what you're going to do is press the go button, which is the little play pause button right here on the Cricut. Now it'll go ahead and do all the cuts.
Moving all day long.
Once that's done, I always do check the cut, and you can just easily kind of pop the corner off just to see if this little insert corner came off, which it did. And I'm going to go ahead and unload the mat. Now, unlike the old machine, the mat really just unloads really, really tiny. Like it's just a sliver of the mat. And that is something that I had to get used to a little bit with this. Let me slide this out of the way. And this is our card mat. Now with this, you do want to make sure that you're taking these off pretty carefully, but bending them like this just isn't really great with the card mat. It doesn't really work. So what I recommend that you do is you start in the corner and you just gently kind of pull, but you're kind of not pulling up so much as you're pulling out and up. And I'm not sure how else to describe that to you, but you can see that my fingers are not lifting up off the mat. I'm actually just kind of running my finger around the card and then just sort of pulling out and up just a little, just to loosen it, and that way it can come off. Now you're gonna go slow with this because you don't want to rip any of the little bridges that are holding the middles of your letters together, because this is a stencil font. And I'm just gonna kind of gently pop this off. Once you got it off, just go ahead, open it up and pull it out, and now your card is good. I'm gonna get this one off. This one doesn't have as many cuts. This one more so was a lot of writing, which I wanted to do for sure because I wanted to test that out. And one thing I will say, these are textured. Like, I don't know if you could hear that, but the paper is textured, and the new pen honestly seems like it writes better. I don't know what they did to it, but it does seem to write better. I don't know if it's the pen or the machine. Now, we have all this junk on here. I'll get it off later. That feels like a later problem. But I'm going to go ahead and put these little inserts in. So you get inserts. They come in a couple colors. This is just the only one I had. But what you do is you take and open your card, and you put a corner of this backer into each of your corners of your card. You're gonna need to kind of bend your backer a little bit. So you're gonna kind of like arch it, I guess would be like the word I would use. You're gonna like arch it so that it goes into these little holes. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm gonna arch, I'm gonna slide each corner in, and sometimes you just kind of gotta wiggle it around a little so you get it in. And that last one's always a little difficult, and there you go, it is in. Now, I will say on the dog card, it's not as obvious just because there's less pieces to it. But with this one, it'll be a little more obvious where the insert is because we've got those big, bold letters. And look at that. Now, let me get you a little bit of a closer look so you can really see what these look like.
Making cards with your Cricut does not have to be stressful or a lot of work. This was pretty simple, as you saw, and all I did was use their templates. Now remember, to use templates, you will need to copy and paste into a blank page if you want to use the card templates that they create easily. Now remember, you can also do this with the 2-card mat, the 4-card mat. You have a lot of options with this. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. If you're looking for any other tutorials, let me know there too. I'm always happy to make tutorials to help you learn how to make your Cricut. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting.
Judgment.